And we are recording. Okay, guys. So I wanted to do this because I'll tell you, um, I used to kill Instagram. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I used to kill Instagram. However, the Instagram platform changed like from the time that I killed it and crushed it there until I started again. Okay. And the biggest thing with Instagram is that you absolutely have to be consistent with it. You have to, I'm not saying like you can't miss a day here and there, anything like that. I'm saying that you will start to lose, like for me, I lost a lot of interaction. I lost a lot of just quality followers. And what happened was I ended up having all these followers that just were not the greatest. And I'll tell you right now, when I first started, I did everything that you weren't supposed to do. I totally bought followers. I totally bought likes. I totally did all of the wrong stuff. And fortunately, thank God, Instagram did a clean out. I don't know, it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And a lot of those fake followers got removed. And thank you, Jesus, because I mean, it was like spam bots like all the time on my post. And it was just horrible, 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 horrible. So if you're starting to get a lot of ads, and you're starting to get a lot of just like weird comments, like Instagram's really cracked down on it. So there's not a lot of like the bots that just kind of automatically comment as much now because Instagram will shut them down. And Instagram is really leaned towards like they don't allow third party apps, meaning like to post for you. There's a couple that kind of still slide in, but they like to take it away because they want to keep it on that platform and things to come from that platform. So a couple of the things that I learned from when I was on it before to the time that I was on it now is that the people on Instagram are more familiar with the platform. They're wanting more quality of who they follow. Um, and they really do want to interact. However, here's what I'm going to give you some tips, and I made a list. You guys would be proud. I actually made a list of topics to cover. So we'll go in order. Um, we will go in order. So one of the very first things that I want to encourage all of you guys is whatever your Instagram name is. Now, I can tell you, whatever you make it, you don't want to change it. Okay. And the reason why you don't want to change it is because that's what people follow. That's what they're used to seeing you. And what happened to me was, I'll just say it. I know this is being recorded, but for probably the first year and a half that I was on Instagram, my name was It Works Amanda Arnett. Well, It Works decided that we couldn't have It Works in the name anymore on our stuff. And so I had to change my name from It Works Amanda Arnett to Amanda.Arnett. Okay. And what happened was is that the people that were following me, potentials that were following me and that would intentionally look up It Works Amanda Arnett, then they couldn't find me after a while. Because at first, when you first change your name, the old name will still show up like in the search, but then it goes away. So I lost, it was a hard recovery after that. And you used to be able to post different hashtags, and it would bump your post to the top of the searches, but Instagram changed that a while ago too. So now it's like when you post those hashtags, once they lose their relevance, they just kind of go down in the list. And I'll tell you guys, I have been posting tips like on Level Up. I've been posting tips all month, and I kind of slacked back just for the fact that those tips need to be put into action. It's really not as complicated as what people are making it out to be. And I had to have, I mean, I hired Carrie. I'll just tell you guys, I hired Carrie to help me with stuff that I didn't have time to do. Meaning I'm talking to, I mean, we have a really big team, okay? And I honestly, I wasn't able to talk to like my potentials or my customers because I was spending so much time like with our team and doing, you know, trainings and different stuff like that, that I really didn't even know where to begin. So I asked Carrie, now I told her what I wanted done, and then she just went and applied it for me. Over the last like month, okay? Well, probably over the last couple weeks. But I've still been the one going in, interacting, messaging, and doing that stuff. But what I've noticed since she's helped me get this all cleaned up is that the quality of my followers, first and foremost, they're interacting. I'm getting to know them. And it's just like a totally crazy, awesome thing to see happening. She went in and got rid of a crap ton of my ghost followers. And it really helped as well. It helped like the amount that I was following that weren't following me back. So we'll go over, you know, a couple of the apps and things like that you can use. Do you use Unfollow, Sarah? Do you use Unfollow? Okay, and we've been using Cleaner and Captivate. So those are the two, like I just bought the package deal. You can get the free versions of them. And then I'm going to be honest, guys, I always suggest an unfollow app or a following app, or not a following app, but an unfollowing app that you go ahead and pay the $1.99 or whatever it is for the app, because for one, it's a tax write-off and you can use it for your business and it's cheap, you know? So I've been using Cleaner, or I guess I should say Carrie's been using Cleaner because she's been going in intentionally and taking care of that for me. And I don't want to overstep her while she's still in the process of doing her magic to help me get this. Because I mean, honestly, like I have 20,000 something followers and I should not be getting 50 to 100 likes and hardly any comments. Okay. So what I was seeing was basically I would get like 100 likes or something, but I wasn't getting any interaction. And I was like, why am I not getting any action? And I was overcomplicating the interaction part on my aspect. So we're going to go over all of that. But the very first thing, like I said, is your name and what your profile looks like. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up my Instagram while I'm talking to you guys so that you can see it on your screen, okay? And I apologize ahead of time for all of the notifications that you guys will probably likely see that I'll be like trying to scroll up and get rid of during the entire thing. So I'm going to screen share. Just give me a second. Oh, hold on. I have to get it on my screen. Screen mirror. Oh, can you see it then? Yeah, you can see it. Cool. Can you see the other stuff on my?
It says it's screen mirroring, but it's like the wheel of death spinning. But yeah, we can see it.
Okay, that is what it's still doing it on here too. Maybe it's just because let me see what happens whenever I close it out and I come back on. Sweet. Perfect. Can you see? Don't judge me by my emails, okay? All right, so I'm going to open up my Instagram so you can see it. Yay. Okay, perfect. And you can see I have comments, I have likes, I have new followers. All right. So I want to scroll down first of all. I don't know who this person is, but I'm just going to love her post. Okay. And I'm going to say, thank you. And put a little heart. And I know that might seem so insignificant, but it definitely, just trust me. Okay, so we're going to start here. You guys can see now Carrie made my account private and it just went back to public today. She made it private while she was following the masses. When it's private, what you're going to notice is you're not going to have as many likes and comments a lot of the times, because when you're using hashtags, they're not reaching people that are not already following you. Okay. So that you're following, and yeah. So basically, or that's already following you. Sorry, I got that all backwards. So basically, when she made it private, which I don't normally work with a private account because I want my hashtags to reach the masses and I want new eyes constantly on my stuff. But when you're following people like in mass amounts, like she was trying to do for mine, she switched it to private temporarily. So I just want to caution you and make you understand that if you do decide to make it private, that your hashtags will only reach the people that are already following you. Okay. There's a couple cool things about when you're private. You can accept followers only who you approve, and you can have a chance to take a look at their profiles. You can also, people have to kind of click on your profile to follow you, so you can kind of see whose interest you're grabbing. And nobody can see your stuff besides you. Okay. So there's a couple benefits to it, but at the same time, I've always personally done the best on Instagram when I have been public. And that's just what I like to go with, because my whole theory behind it is that if somebody can see what I'm doing, then they'll truly be following me because they like what they see. All right. So basically, it's not a matter of, oh, I want to kind of trick them into following me. I want to actually show them that I'm like a real person and I'm serious and I'm dedicated. So the first part, like I said, was your name. As you guys can see, mine is just simply my name. The only two things that people can search for whenever they are putting in the search bar, when they click the little microscope down there, is they can search your name and they can search hashtags. But if they're trying to find your unique profile, they can just type in your name or whatever your display name is. And the display name is, see where mine says Amanda above personal blog? That is where that is. Okay. And then my username is the Amanda.Arnett. You want to make your profile where mine says personal blog, you want to make it literally, guys, identifying you. All right. You want to make it identifying you. Maybe you are a cat lover. Maybe you are, I don't know, but so maybe you're a mom of two. Like, you notice I have a wife and mother to Layla and Leah, right? So people know when they come to my page, they like my page, they're probably going to see my family, see my husband, see my kids, see me. They know that obviously I'm a blogger, which I'm just now getting into, and I've actually published a blog post now, but I'm just now getting into it, and I talk about that, in my posts, like when I'm talking about, blogging and so forth and just learning. And I target vloggers. Okay. I target bloggers, but not bloggers that are like so many followers and so many comments they wouldn't know who I was. I target bloggers that I notice have a lot of interaction back and forth, and they're replying, so that I know that they're going to do the same when I comment on their stuff, and they're going to be more likely to follow me. And I'll get into that a little bit more here in just a little bit. But it also says that I'm a business owner. So people know when they come to my page, first of all, it looks pretty, right? It looks inviting. So you want to make your page clean and pretty. I mean, if you're not a pretty girly person, by all means, don't put little hearts and things like that. You want it to be a true representation of you. Listen, I follow people that have like piercings. I follow people that have tattoos. I follow people that are, plus size. I follow people that are a lot like me, that are going to relate to things like me, people that are positive, people that are business minded. I don't care if they're in another business. I'm not following them necessarily for them to want to join my business. I'm following them for A, inspiration, but B, because when other people are cheering each other on, other people see those likes and those comments, and they're more likely to interact with you. So I would prefer to follow people that are going to inspire me. So when I'm going down my news feed, that's what I'm seeing, right? And then you notice it has my website link. Now, I personally like to have a domain for a couple reasons. Then I know that people can't mess up when they're typing in my big long Lavelle name. So this leads to my Lavelle site. When you click on Hot Mess Success Mom, it actually leads to my Thrive 2.0 site. And I just think it looks nice, okay? The next thing, guys, are these highlights down here. And you can see them. Mine is family, travel, inspiration, and shop, okay? I'll probably add some other ones later as I continue to kind of grow on my business. And Sarah's going to give you guys some tips on stories here in just a little bit. But basically, when you post to a story, you can add it to your highlight reel. Now, you can leave these. I've seen them, and I think they look really cool just when they're colors. Like, you don't even have to have a picture on these in order to make them stand out or look cool. I've seen it where people like, I would recommend when you're picking what your highlight is going to be, that it goes with whatever the theme of your page is going to be. So say that you want to have a theme, and I'm going to type in, actually, I'm going to type in some bloggers that I know that have some themes. Okay, so let me type in Miss Ashley Diana. Okay, so I want you guys to notice something. So we're going off of me, and we're on to somebody else's profile. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want you guys to see how it actually comes to life, okay? So what do you notice about Ashley's highlights? Do you notice the colors of these highlight reels? Do you notice it says business, hair, beauty, baby, food, relationships, wellness, giveaways, okay? Basically, these highlights are exactly the kind of things that Ashley posts about, right? So it kind of gives people an idea of what your theme niche is. You notice that they're darker colors, right? Like darker pinks, purples, things like that. So when you scroll down her page, you guys notice she doesn't have like a certain theme happening, like when it comes to like the pictures, but you notice the color pop of it, and it's catchy, right? It's very catchy, the different colors that are on her theme. Now, there are other people, and if you just want to type in, I don't know, I just clicked this girl. She does have stories. She did her stories a little bit different. All right. You see how she has like places that she went to and different stuff like that. And you can notice that her theme is that she travels a lot. She goes on different adventures. You know, she obviously lives in Manhattan. I mean, so you can tell by her page, like that's what you're going to get when you go there. I'm just checking people out. So this is, she doesn't even have her highlights at all, but see how she has pictures like every other one. And then she has like a quote. Some people like to do that. I tried this and I didn't like it. And I'm going to show you guys. I've tried a couple different themes and what felt right and what didn't. The ones that I tend to like a lot. Hold on. I'm going to look and see if I can find her. This Alex Beaton, she actually does coaching. And she has some Instagram classes, like type of stuff that she does. And I think I signed up for one of hers, maybe, or I watched a video of hers, and she like taught how to work stories a little bit better and make like pretty designs. But if you notice, she's got like a pink theme happening here. And when you scroll down her page, that's what you're going to see, colors that pop. I like the ones that are like super bright, and I guess I'll just click on her page because she's got a pretty freaking, you guys don't laugh. But I mean, she's like to be idolized when it comes to Instagram. I'm just going to be very brutally honest. But you can see she talks about herself, obviously, what you're going to expect, a little bit about her. But this is how I told you that there's just colors. I just noticed this Instagram TV tab today. Like I've always noticed it up at the top since it came up, but right here, I didn't notice it on our pages until just like the last two profiles. But if you guys notice, see how there's like light colors or things that pop your eyes? There's apps that you can use to kind of help you so that you know if your page is going to look nice, and the layout is going to be pretty cool. I'll show you 1 second. The app that I use is called Planoly. And when you open it, it's going to basically see how it shows you. I got to refresh it because I did post another picture since then. I don't know. But anyways, oh, I need to delete that. So see how it helps your layout of your page. Now, my theory, can you guys tell what my theme is? By looking at my page right now, can you kind of pick it out?
I see pretty pink. Sorry, I'm getting the twins down for naps.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I'm doing more along the lines of a pink because I think it's inviting. It's really soft, but it also kind of just gives you a feel of like my personality. If you guys notice, and you can see where I kind of started to change it down here. See how the colors are like really bright down at the bottom? And then we kind of started to shift it into this pinkish color. It's because when I posted that one picture that says, don't change so people will be yourself, and the right people will love you. So anyways, when I posted that picture, it's so weird whenever I'm talking. I think you can see me, but you see my screen. So when you see this picture, what you notice is I wanted to start I liked visually seeing all of my personal, like my selfie pictures. I wanted them in the center, right? Or all in a row. So what's cool about that is once you get the theme going, that even if it's not in the center, they're not all boxed out and spread out. They're always going to stay in the same row, right? So even if they're not dead center, they're either going to be all on the left, all in the middle, or all on the right. And then I wanted to do a quote, but I didn't want to overload my pages with quotes. So if you notice, every other picture that's not a selfie is a quote. See the theme? So it's every other picture that's not a selfie is a quote. Are they always like lined up? No. But what you're going to notice is that's kind of what I'm going with, because I want to inspire when people read. And when I write a quote, I like to write a pretty big post with it. Well, it doesn't have to be a big post, but I want you guys to get in the habit of kind of sharing a little bit about yourself when you make your post, okay? Like not just, oh, this is cool, or truth, or whatever. Are there going to be posts that you do that too? Yes. But I posted this late last night before I went to bed, and it literally is pretty long, right? In my actual post, you'll notice that there's little lines. To get those lines, you can download an app, but I don't. Basically, right after that apostrophe or the explanation point on thought, when you hit that explanation point, instead of hitting the space bar to start the next sentence, just hit return. And you can pick a little line or something. You don't have to space it out. I can tell you that it's easier to read and it looks nicer. You know, Carrie Ann uses like these little squiggle line or whatever. It's a little bit different than the one that I have. you can use whatever you want. You can use a heart, you can use a dot, you can use whatever you want, and then just go down to the next line and do it, do whatever. And then my very first comment, I use the app called Tag-O-Matic. Tag-O-Matic. And when you go to my first comment, which is actually down here, and I like the way that Instagram does this top comments now, so you don't all see the hashtags right when you click on it. If you see, all of those hashtags were related. I typed in mom life, and then I typed in entrepreneur, and like all these different hashtags come up. So I just literally click it. I'm going to show you how the app works because it's super simple. So this is the app. It's connected to my Instagram. I'm going to just type in mom life. I'm just using that as an example. So I'm going to type in mom life, and I'll type in mom life, mom lifestyle blog, mom be like, whatever. Anyways, all of these things, I don't have to use all of them, just the ones that I want, however many I want. You copy them to clipboard. They copy right. All you have to do is go to Instagram now and just, oops, didn't mean to click that. All you have to do is, I'm just going to show you in the comments, I'm going to delete. See how I just loaded them? And then I can take that, tag it. I can delete that. Boom. I didn't have to think about what my hashtags were, and they are relevant to the post that I'm putting out there. Okay. So Tag-O-Matic is the name of that app. And I'm not sure if it's on Android, but I can tell you guys there are plenty of apps if there are not. So Tag-O-Matic. I can't type it in the comments right now while I'm doing it. This is the app Captivate, and this is the app Cleaner. I'm just going to open Cleaner just to kind of show you guys how it works, and hope that Carrie hasn't been working on it. So you want to click followers at the bottom, and then you want to oh, Carrie must be doing something right now, because normally, oh wait, no, there we go. Okay, so you want to select all, and then you want to click actions, and you want to go with unfollow. Oh wait, crap. Wait. Followers. Oh. And then normally, so you want to unfollow the people that aren't following you back. Normally it says that. I think Carrie has some loaded, so I'm not going to mess with it because I don't want to jack up my Instagram. But anyways, did I click the wrong thing? No, I didn't. It normally should say unfollow, like users not following you back, right? And then you click it, and then it just starts deleting, and you can have it, whatever. I'm still learning Captivate. I'm just going to be honest, but this is how you can also search for people. I'm just going to get out of it. That's how you can also search for people that you want to follow, based off of their interaction and things like that. So I'm not going to get back into that too much. Just try out different apps, guys, for the things that you want to accomplish and that you need help with. Because you don't, eventually you're going to be following the max amount of people, which is 7,000. And you can see I was almost at 7, and I'm down to 4,932. The followers are whatever. I don't know. I don't believe that number is actually accurate, but it's gone up a good bit over the last few days. So essentially, when you make your post, have I lost anybody yet? I hope I didn't lose you guys, because these are all things that are important, right, Sarah? They're all so important. And it's something that so many people just want to get on there and post and get customers and promoters, but it's just not that, it's not that simple. Like, you actually have to put some thought into it. You have to put some intention into it. So when you make a post, guys, you want to make sure that your post goes along with who you are and who you want to attract. All right. So ask yourself, does it go along with who I am? And does it, coincide with who I would want to attract? So negativity, if you talk about something that's sad or whatever, you want to always put the things that you learned about it and the ways that you grew and stuff like that, so that it doesn't come off as a super negative post. Because if not, and you create a post that's just complaining, then you're going to get a lot of complainers that end up following you and liking your stuff, and nobody wants to deal with piss poor attitudes. Okay, so gotta leave it to me to just say that. Here's where I was struggling. Who do you follow? Okay, who do you follow? Your hashtags, I'm going to suggest. Honestly, what I've noticed is, about 20. I use about 20 or so hashtags. I don't normally use all 30, but there normally are about 20. Are there sometimes less? Yes, because if I can't think of any more hashtags that kind of go with me or whatever my post is about, I don't use any more, because why would I? I'm not going to use like turtles as a hashtag if there's nothing to do with freaking turtles. Understand what I'm saying? Because people that like turtles are going to be kind of pissed off when they see Amanda posting about her damn unicorn shoes, right? Doesn't make any sense. So those people are not likely to follow me, so why waste the hashtag? So you want to keep your hashtags whatever. So on the flip side of that, who do you follow? Because it's like you've got this great big world of people out there, and you're like, who do I want to follow? So you can kind of, oh, look at the girl's cheetah butt. You can kind of think about that for a second. You can say, okay, what relates to me? Like Sarah, I'm just going to use Sarah for an example because I see her face and everybody else is blacked out. Okay. So I'm Sarah and I'm looking for somebody that will relate to me, that I could get along with, that we would have stuff in common with. What immediately comes to your mind when you think of Sarah? I can tell you, twin mom. Okay. So she's a twin mom. I'm going to click. Do you guys see where the hashtag twin mom is? And it says that there are 800,000 posts. Okay. And I'm going to click on the most recent. You can click on one of the related hashtags at the top, and I often do because it gives a variety. Okay. But I also like to, and you guys, this will refresh like super quick. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to scroll down through. That's just a sales ad. This person's just trying to sell something. Does that attract you? No, but that's what people are going to see when they're seeing your stuff too. So you want to think about that when you're deciding. I'm going to give this girl a benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take a look at her page. It's all closed. Does that interest me? No, it doesn't. So would I follow her? No, I wouldn't. Next person. Oh, this girl has definitely, like, she is getting her bigger boob, bigger phones, bigger belly. I like her personality. You should totally follow her. Okay, so I actually take the time to read her post, because you can't reply to her post, guys, in a good way without knowing her. Does this take a little longer? Yes, it does. But I just simply will go in and I'll say, okay, what's this girl doing? Oh, wow, she's dedicated. She's motivating. Do I want to follow her? If my answer is yes, I'm going to click the follow. I'm going to click her post. I'm going to like her post, and I'm going to comment on her post. I can like a couple other pictures. Don't like pictures that are like 100 photos down or anything weird like that, because people get creeped out about it. But you can like this picture and maybe like a couple other pictures. But I don't normally do any more than that. I follow, like, and comment. I might like another picture. And if I'm drawn to comment, I'll comment on another picture. But most of the time, I just like, comment, follow, and I keep on moving on my way. Okay. So, I mean, I can go through and do it the other way, but just to save time, I'm going to tell you, like, comment, follow on the people that you want to follow. So I would comment if that was something. She really has nothing in common with me. I'm not hardcore at the gym. I don't have twins. I'm not really going to follow her. Does that mean that I wouldn't want her on my team? I mean, she looks pretty damn dedicated to me, but I'm not going to give her anything that she's going to be interested in, really. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, we're just not going to, that's not what it's about right now. Toddler wearing. I mean, I can't relate to this, but I can say, oh my gosh, and I will. I'll just do it. I'm gonna look at her page. I already liked her picture. I could follow this. Looks like she likes to post like her dogs, her kids, some food pictures. She doesn't have a lot of followers or anything like that, but she might just be one of those people that gets on and looks up stuff. That don't ever discredit anybody for that. I say, oh my gosh, I so miss my girls being that little. And that's it. That's it. Okay, then we'll move on. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow her. So I'm gonna follow, like, comment a genuine comment, right? This person I can't read, and if you can speak Spanish and you want to follow people that speak Spanish, you guys are awesome. I can't translate all that, and the language barrier is too hard for me to really do it. If they speak English, great. And I sometimes will click on their stuff. I can't even understand their profile. So I'm not going to follow this person, because why would I follow them? And why would they want to follow me back if we can't even understand each other's language? Okay. That's nothing against anybody. It's just the fact that I can't read it. They can't read mine, probably. Maybe they can. I don't know. But it's going to be a barrier. Don't laugh at me, Sarah. So this mom.
No, I'm laughing at her caption on this because I get that all the time. Like, are they twins? No, they're actually triplets. I just left one at home. Like,
Is that what her thing says? Oh, no.
yeah, my response when someone asks me if they're twins. Nope.
You're funny. You're funny. So I literally, she's cute, right? Like, this girl took this is a good picture. So what's that tell you? She cares about her picture. She has 150 likes. She's in Utah. She's a mommy. She's got a sense of humor. Okay. So I'm going to click on her profile and I'm going to see what she's about. Oh, she's got a really nice page. See, it's all about her kids. Babies, home, and healthy and fit. So, people that have gone through IVF, people that have little boys, anyways, you're going to relate to these people, you guys. Do you understand the relationship building that goes on when you actually have a relatability factor with somebody? I cannot even tell you, like, nurses I can relate to. But it used to be nurses I could relate to. I couldn't relate to stay-at-home moms or work-from-home moms. And then generally I realized, like, holy crap, I have way more in common with other moms that are like dealing with, all crazy things moms, deal with, than I do a nurse now, because I don't work as a nurse. I just can relate to, what it was like to be one. So this girl looks like she's totally got it going on. You can see she's got 15,000 followers. You can see she doesn't have a crap ton of posts like I do. I have a ton. She doesn't follow a whole lot of people. It tells me she's very selective about who she follows. But she's got 3 comments there. Let's go back a couple and see how her interaction is. She's got 25 comments. She goes back through and you can see she interacts with everybody that comments on her stuff. If you notice that other people, well, not at the bottom, but if you notice the people are not commenting back on their profiles, it means they don't care. They just know people are going to follow them. Okay. And people are going to comment on their things. You want people, guys, when you're following, especially if they have like 15,000 followers. Some people would say not to follow this girl. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm following this girl. She looks awesome. I mean, she does. She looks awesome. So I'm going to follow. I don't really have a comment, though. I don't even have a comment. I'm not even going to comment right now because I don't have a comment. But I'm just saying, I like her page. I like her vibe. I like the fact that she's funny. But I can't think of a comment right now. So,
Amanda, can I pop in for a second?
Yeah.
So in situations like that where you really can't think of a comment in relation to maybe what she is posting about, For me, I try to look at like other things like clothing, sunglasses, earrings, like, oh my gosh, I love your style,
Oh,
or
that's
where
a
did
good
you get
idea.
your
I'm
blue
going to comment
shoe?
on her shirt right now.
Exactly. Something like that. Like it doesn't, I think so many times people feel like they have to actually, like, yes, relating is good, but like actually relate to what the post is actually about. And it's not necessarily just about that. Like you can see the
What
sun
catches
rays
your
coming
eyes?
in her picture and say, that's a beautiful picture. You captured the sunlight perfectly. Or just something,
Genuine.
you know, it doesn't, yes, it doesn't have to be about what the picture is about.
Mm-hmm. So I like to comment. I like to, I'll just go on to one like I would. Okay. That's going to be more relatable to me, guys, is what I'm going to do. Okay. And I'm going to just type Torrid. Why do I type Torrid? Because I'm a plus size girl. Okay. When I go shopping, I want stuff that's going to flatter me because I'm a little bit chubbier. Um, so I'm going to type in Torrid. It's just one that I like to follow. I follow this hashtag. And if you want to just be able to scroll down through your newsfeed, you can follow your hashtags too. And you can see I follow this hashtag because I clicked, you see where it says following. If I wasn't following this hashtag, which just means it's going to show up in my news feed when I'm going down through and liking and commenting, if I wasn't following it, it would say follow. But because this is one I like to follow a lot, I go ahead and follow it. So when I'm scrolling my news feed, it just pops up. But right now, these people that pop up, I'm probably not following most of them, right? So I like to go through and I like to see the people that are like real people and say, I mean, that's a cute little dress. Um, you know, beauty, fashion, plus size, body positive, weight loss, Weight Watchers, all DMs will be blocked. She obviously has been spammed to hell and back, is what that tells me. Okay. So she's going to be a hard one to break. But when she goes to my page, does she think I'm just about sales? Even though my last post literally was talking about Flex Friday, does my page look like it is all about sales? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to say, I'm going to follow this girl and I'm going to say, oh, comments on this post have been limited. She won't allow, it's probably just like, I don't know. She must have turned off her comments. So that was a big dud. This girl, um, I mean, she didn't even put a caption. So it tells me that she just throws stuff up there. I'm just gonna be honest. She doesn't have a lot of followers. Tells me she just throws stuff up there. Does that mean automatically counter out? No, it just means that right now she didn't capture my attention, right? So this girl's cute and just trying to live my best life. Taken, I can't pronounce that, syndrome, fur baby mama, plant based, embrace positivity, find your joy. Oh, I love her. I love her. I love her positivity. I like her sense of humor. I don't really like cats. I thought I saw cats or something on her page. No, just dogs. Okay, good. Oh yeah, she had a cat picture. That's what drew me to that. But like she's super pretty too. She's smiling. She looks inviting. Sometimes you just need to throw back a throwback photo of you and your furry bestie. Super cute. Lots of interaction. She only has 40 likes on it. She's more likely to see me. I'm gonna say, I love your dress and what a cute picture. Some of you guys are probably like, how is this helpful? Well, I'm going to tell you how it's helpful. I'm going to go back to my main screen real quick and I'm going to show you something. So, anyways, obviously I was following some other people, but what happens when you start following like that and you start liking, commenting, I probably should have kept on going longer. When you come back to your page, you're going to have lots of people messaging you. Let me go back to Torrid, okay, and come back to here. Or actually, I'm going to go to mom. I'm going to go to mom life. Just go to mom life. Why not? I'm not trying to spam anybody. I don't know why I'm not following that hashtag, but I'm going to follow it. I'm going to click most recent. Hey, super moms, what's your superpower? This is just somebody trying to get interactive posts. I could comment, I could follow, but I'm not really that interested there. Can't understand that one. Um, Beyond exciting, earning a trip on a cruise for Plexus. She's a Plexus promoter, obviously. Have a boy, they said it'll be fun, they said. What happened? I'm actually, listen, even though I don't have boys, um, I I would have probably commented. Like I'm gonna go ahead and comment on it. Even though she doesn't have a lot, I'm gonna like it, and I'm going to go ahead and say I had I have girls, and they look the same. That's just what I'm going to say, right? Because she doesn't have that many followers, she's definitely going to notice my comment, and we can kind of go from there. Living salty and fit. Picked up beach essentials, workout, lunch, ready, weekend. So this seems like it's very time consuming right now, but really, guys, when you start doing it, and if you did this 2 times a day, and you went through and you followed 20 people, liked, commented, and related, looked up a hashtag. Amber, what did you say one time? And it's kind of just essentially the same idea. You look up, pick 10 hashtags and use those hashtags to look up who you're going to be following and liking and so forth, and then focus there. So I would say pick a couple hashtags and then go to some of the related hashtags and use those, right? So this girl has like 6,000 followers. She just posted this 2 minutes ago. I'm going to read brunch, the most important all day. Oh my gosh, I love her shirt, right? So I'm going to like, and I'm going to comment. And I'm going to follow her. Okay. I like her page. I can definitely, she actually seems pretty similar. She's got 2 little girls. She seems positive. She's definitely motivated. She's a mommy, a wife, wants to be healthy. She's a photographer. And obviously it says she's an Advocare rep, DM for orders. You never know. Sometimes they're the best supporters and sometimes people want to try different products. Okay. So she would be a great one for me to follow, like, and so on. So basically, you can just go through these and you can like and follow whoever sticks out to you. Whoever sticks out to you. And when you go through and do this, what you're going to notice is that you're going to have more quality people following you back, more comments, more people that are going to see your things. Now, some of you guys might be asking, say, you guys see what's happening there? How people are commenting back now? So I'm going to say, sweet, thank you. Softest tanks and teas. I'm going to like it. So she knows that like I paid attention. And I say, oh my God, I have to go. Thanks, girl. And just a general comment. Thank you. I'm going to check it out because she left me. Do you guys see where she said at Texas Sweeties? So she's basically telling me like I got it off of this person. All right. And what you do is when you see that, you can actually type in that Texas Sweetie or whatever. You can go see what kind of stuff they have. And then you might see another shirt on her page and you might say, did you get this from there too? Or da 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 da, right? And she's going to notice that you're paying attention to her and just relatable. So you see how the interaction, if you never have these kind of conversations and stuff going back and forth, and you're like, how can I get people to see me or pay attention to me? You guys, I cannot say it enough. It has to start with you actually being intentionally liking and commenting. And if you do that, if you do it 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, or just anytime you're thinking about it, try to resist the urge to just post, post, post. See, that's what I used to do. I just posted, posted, posted. But what I realize and understand now, it's not just about following people. It's not just about liking their pictures. It's about actually finding people that are attractive to you, that you believe would be your target market. All right. So it would be people that obviously, like I said, have stuff in common with you. Maybe you're health conscious, positive, hopeful, busy, all that. Those are the type of things that I look for in all of it. Okay. So I want to go ahead and show you. I know Kendra, hold on. Kendra. I know Kendra has a page that she does it with the pictures every so many. See how it catches your eye though? She's been revamping hers. Basically the same time I started revamping mine, Kendra really started revamping hers as well. Do you notice how she has not as many followers or following? It's because she's been going through and consciously staying on top of that. When she follows, she can unfollow and so forth. Now, if you were following Kendra, you would know you were going to get, obviously, positivity, but also she posts a lot of body posts. So I'm not telling you you have to do it the same way I'm doing it or the same way Kendra's doing it. I'm saying you can mix it in. And I'll post pictures that are before and after pictures and different stuff too. Sometimes I delete them though. Sometimes I leave them far down in my page. You can see she's got comments. She's got interaction. She has people that are asking her questions. She leave her link or whatever. So there's no right way or wrong way to do it. I think Pam has one too. Pam Adler. She does things a little bit different. See how she has her post where it's just like the white box in behind. You can see she's all about positivity, about the weight loss journey. But she kind of tells you like the kind of stuff that you're going to see. And she gets a good bit of, likes and stuff like that. So it's just about what you're trying to represent. For me, guys, I want to draw in people more so by the opportunity, but also throw in a before and after picture. Like if you scroll down, like I have a before and after picture here, and it got good reaction. I didn't get any comments or anything like that on it, but you can see where I was trying to decide my theme. I didn't really like that. Which one do you think is more inviting? Sarah, give me your opinion.
I like what you're doing now. Honestly, I tried the quotes thing and I just found myself not being able to, like I would forget, and then it kind of looked jacked up because it wasn't even. So I like what you're doing now.
I'm going to show you guys a couple options of how I've done things. Okay. So I had the white border, kind of just posted whatever. Does that look like an interesting page? Not really. Okay. So I always cover that with humor. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get serious with this. That's how many times I failed at this. So you can see, I started posting. Now I want you to see what happened. I decided I was going to do a color theme. Now I'm going to tell you, this actually caught a lot of people's attention. This color theme, actually, I had a lot of comments and a lot of people would message me and they were like, I really like the way that you're doing your page. I actually met a girl. She's part of another company. She was like, you inspired me so much. She's tagged me. We have become friends. We tag each other sometimes, but she always comments. I always comment on her stuff, but I wouldn't have met her had I not put this theme out there, right? So I was doing a transition theme. See how the colors kind of trend into the next thing. And then I got over it because it was a pain in the ass and I got tired of doing that. So then I just went back to posting, but I was kind of posting more bold things and it was okay, but I really didn't have a system. I'm sorry. I really didn't have a system going on. I'm sitting here showing you guys my phone when you can see it. So then I decided I was going to switch and do the black or the quotes. And I was like writing these quotes. They were personal to me and then just bits and pieces. And then I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to do a page divider, which is what those flowers are about. And then I was going to do a bright theme, which you can see all the greens and bright colors. And then I decided I didn't really like that. It wasn't drawing me in. So you might have to try a couple things. But then this that I have going on now, I love. Like, I love it. And when you love something, you want to do it more and you want to add to it. It becomes like an art piece for you. And you're going to care about it more because you're going to be more conscious about what you're putting on your page, and you're going to think about it, and you're going to deliver more. There must be some interesting stuff that people are posting in the burn group, because that must be why I'm getting a lot of messages about that. But you're going to see that it has, I don't know, just more intention with it. And people that are serious or love this platform, they appreciate the attention that you spend on, you know, what you're giving out to the world. So basically, with that said, Sarah, do you want to go over stories briefly to kind of give everybody? I'm gonna turn off the mirror because these messages are just you guys don't need to see those.
Yes, I will.
Okay, go ahead and go over stories. And I'm gonna mute myself and turn off my camera for just a second.
Okay. I'm gonna get this to where I don't have to use my headphones. If you hear Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the background, that's because my children still are not asleep, and they're supposed to be, but it's fine. All right, so I want to talk about stories really quick and how important.
Sarah, you're muted. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, can you hear me now?
Do you have a iPhone?
Yes.
I wonder if you would be able to click screen share. And
yeah, I might be able to. Hold on. Screen. Y'all don't judge me on my Instagram because it is not like Amanda's. Okay, hold on. It says open the settings app, select control center, customize control. Oh gosh.
It won't let you.
Screen. I haven't set it up yet, but I can try.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. You can just you can explain it, and then I can kind of. Oh wait, you're doing it.
Am I?
Yeah, you were doing it.
Is it working?
Oh no.
What in the world? Okay, let's try again.
Oh, I hear the lullaby.
Yeah. Twinkle twinkle, we can't go without it.
Amanda Linville, you asked, how do you change your page theme? So basically, there's not any way to do it except for just starting the transition. It might look kind of jacked up for like a short bit, but then it is going to transition into, like you saw mine transition. And you guys are more than welcome to go and follow, like, and see what it is that I'm doing and things like that. It's just Amanda.Arnott. And as I told you guys, like, I don't have like a bazillion likes and a bazillion comments or anything like that. But it's because I wasn't giving attention, and I wasn't being intentional with following the kind of people that I could relate to. So I think that's a super important aspect for you to remember, is that in order for you to get back in return and for people to actually pay attention to you guys, you have to show people that you too pay attention to them and that you care and that you want to get to know them and things like that. So if you're wanting to change your theme, then you just kind of want to decide what your theme is going to be. Google Instagram themes. Take a look. Maybe you want something that's like all bright colors or all selfies or all photography or all whatever it is that you want to do. You can have quotes, you can have an all white background, you can have a color theme, you can have all of those different things, and you just want to start the transition. If you want to download the app, Planoly, then you can actually kind of lay your pictures out in order that you want them to be in and move them around. And then when you're ready to post, it'll just post for you. It'll like copy everything, send the picture to your Instagram, and then you actually have to still put in your caption, but you can have it already typed up, and then just post. What I always do is before I hit the share button when I'm making an Instagram post, I just want to include this because I didn't say this earlier. Before I hit the share button, like say I put my picture up, I typed in my caption, I hit next. I don't hit share yet. I go and I pick out my hashtags I'm going to use in Tagomatic, and I copy them to my clipboard, and then I come back to my Instagram app and I hit share, and then I immediately put those hashtags in the very first comment. No,
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
that's okay. That's all right. I mean, even if you can't like show them, like you guys, you can type, like go to YouTube and type in Instagram stories after Sarah's done talking, and you'll see all kinds of little tips and tricks of things that you can do. If things that she is saying, like you can't like visually understand.
I got my iPad here, so maybe I can, like, maybe we'll see. Okay, so I want to tell you guys something. Some people lately, because of stories having like this big thing now, Instagram and Facebook also, this goes for Facebook as well, but I know we're talking about Instagram. But you guys, this is like a whole different audience. Okay, there are people on Instagram that literally just want to look at stories. So I think being in the industry that we're in, it's really good to learn these new things that come out, because the reason why they come out with these things is because they want you to use them. So obviously, if you're one of the first people to start using them super intentionally, you're going to get people that are curious about them, and they're going to be seeing your stuff. So I'm going to just tell you a few things that I love about stories first. Number one, there's no algorithm on stories. So unlike, Instagram used to be chronological, and then they went to a more of a Facebook type of news feed where it is like you see the most popular things first on top of your Instagram in your news feed. And you're going to notice that like the first post you see may be from 15 minutes ago and the next post may be from 2 hours ago. But you had tons of friends post in between that. Well, the beauty of stories is that it doesn't have an algorithm. So you are literally seeing, and I'll flip my camera around here. Let's see, I'm technologically challenged, but you are literally seeing like she posted a story more recent than this person and this person and this person. So you can literally swipe over the top of your screen and see all of those stories. And there's tons of people that use stories, you guys. Okay, so another one of my favorite things is that it automatically goes to the next story. So like if I click on this person's story, it's going to come up with her story, and you can tap on the right to go to the next story. And then if I tap again, like once I get through her stories, it automatically switches over to the next person. Do you see? And see how many stories people post? Like it's crazy. If you don't want to go through every single post, and like, let's say, this person has about 10 different stories. Maybe I don't want to look at all of them. You can swipe over and it's going to take you to the next person. All right. Swipe. So that's the coolest part about stories, I think, is because I get super ADHD when I'm interacting on Facebook, and I start seeing all these ads and like videos that are shared, and I have a hard time staying on task with interacting. So when I am power houring by myself and I want to get a lot of interaction in, stories is how I do it. Now you guys will notice, did you just see an update? So all of these little rings around people's profile picture means that they have a new story that I have not watched yet. Okay, this person went live. It's popping up in the feed just like it does on Facebook. So you can actually go live in your stories on Instagram as well, just like you can on Facebook. But the coolest part is now I know, let's say, the twins woke up and I got sidetracked and I had to get off of here. I don't need to worry about where I stopped with stories, because it's automatically going to tell me I have not seen these people's posts. And now if I scroll all the way over and go through all these stories,
I will see the people that I've already watched their stories on. So my goal every single day, and I have so many people that do stories that I very rarely ever meet this goal, but my goal is to comment on at least one story per person on Instagram every single day. So that would mean like I'm gonna click, oh my gosh, I love these shoes. So literally like, and you guys, if it goes fast and you want to go back, you just tap the left. Like it's so easy. Oops, sorry. But I'm gonna comment on this. Oh my gosh, I would wear those everywhere.
And you guys, this goes to your DMs. So in
Yes.
your messenger is where you're going to see that, and you're going to notice like the more you do that, you're going to have people in yours. So when you post something that's like to do with your products, like I post more product pictures in my story. And I honestly like I'm thinking about maybe I don't know, like I'll comment like maybe I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to ask Carrie. See, that's why I asked Carrie because she's essentially doing a lot of the things to help me kind of figure out the missing links. Like when I'm like, okay, I want to do this, but I'm not sure how to execute it. I've been asking her and you know, and Sarah obviously because I didn't know about stories hardly at all. But I noticed a lot of people that do sales and things like that. They do put them more in their stories. Go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, and I just love stories because it's like posts should be your main thing. They should be like the big parts of whatever you're trying to do. But like stories, you're literally telling a story about the big thing that you posted about. So does that make sense? Stories should be like leading up. What are all the small things that you're doing today? And then maybe you post a really crisp, awesome picture in your actual posts because again, it's a different type of audience. Stories are only going to show for 24 hours, but your posts are going to show forever. So if you really want to connect with people on a down to earth type of connection and just connect with them about what you're doing during the day in your life, stories are a great way to do that. And like Amanda said, they go straight to your inbox. So like I can click on here and I can see which picture I commented on and it'll say you replied to their story and there's my comment. So she can read it and comment back and it automatically creates a conversation in Messenger, which I love because people are a lot more willing to tell you more about their life in Messenger than they are like on in a comment. So if you have someone, and I say post before and afters in stories as well, like make it a mixture um, of everything that you're doing because people are curious. People like to know what people are doing, and that's bottom line. So if you can get someone interested in your life and they just like happen to scroll past a or see a before and after picture as well, you may be unintentionally planting that seed in their ear, planting that bug in their ear, and they're not even knowing that they're going to be seeing a before and after. They're just interested in your stories. So those are my favorite things about stories. And this goes the same for Facebook stories, but I wanted to tell you something. I know this is Instagram. I wanted to tell you something in regards to stories. They have these little tiny emojis at the bottom of every single story that you will see on Facebook. I don't believe that Instagram has, or maybe I just haven't seen it. Nope. Yeah, they don't have them on Instagram yet, but there's these little tiny emojis. Like you can automatically just press the heart button underneath your Facebook story and it will send a heart to that person's messenger. Please do not do this. Don't do this. I know that Facebook generates automatic responses, but you guys, that is not a response. That's not anything that creates a response. You're not connecting with people on any level. And to be honest, they don't even know what you hearted on Facebook because Facebook doesn't give you the picture in your inbox like Instagram did. Like I just showed you, it tells me what picture I commented on and what my comment was. In Facebook, it's completely different. It literally just says your comment. So how are people going to know what you hearted? Look at this crazy here. So yeah, I love Facebook stories. You can have as many as you want and it never like dumbs down your algorithm. They say that, you know, don't post more often than every 90 minutes because you're basically competing with yourself, and that goes for Instagram and Facebook as well, especially if you're not getting great interaction on things. But stories, You guys, you can post a story every 2 minutes if you wanted to, and it's endless. It's endless stories. And then one of the things that it does not show on my iPad, maybe because it's not updated, I'm not really sure. But at the top of your Instagram, like right up here in my bio, it will be highlights. Like Amanda was showing you, hers are all pretty and pink and they have a nice little title to them. Mine don't look like that. I'm working on it. But those are highlights, you guys. You can have a transformation type of, highlight of story if you wanted to. I have all of my twins stories where they're like laughing at each other and stuff, all in one highlight. I find 4-leaf clovers like it is my job. I do not know how it happens, but it does. And I have like probably 30 pictures of 4-leaf clovers in a highlighted story because that's something that is special to me, and nobody else would understand that unless they got to know me. But that's the point of Instagram stories, is letting people in your life on things that maybe they don't get through posts. Like, I don't know that I would post 5 million 4-leaf clovers all over my profile because that gets old. But if people see it in a story, they're like, dang. And people have actually sent me messages like, how do you find all these 4-leaf clovers? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just have like a weedy yard. I'm not sure. But it's really important for you guys to use relatable stuff in stories and keep your posts like the bigger stuff. Keep your posts where you are really, you're typing out a caption, you're searching for those people that want this opportunity, you're talking about the opportunity, you're talking about the products, whereas stories are just little tiny tidbits that lead up to those big posts. Did I miss anything, Amanda?
I was just going to say, you can also go into your story settings and you can choose who you allow to message you, replies about your story. I always leave it on everyone, and then if I need to block somebody or something, I do it, a case by case. You also can save to your camera roll. I don't do that. I don't save it. If I want to save it, I just manually save it. I'm so sorry if you hear my husband snoring in the background. But you can also share your story to Facebook. There's a place for that as well. And then the only other thing I was going to say, and let me get my picture back up. The only other thing I was going to say that you can also do is you can, in your stories, I don't have any stories right now that have like my product. But when I do post about my product, you can put your link in there and tell them to swipe up, and it'll go to your link or to your actual website. So in this little shop tab, I actually don't have anything loaded in there right now. But as I post general things, not sales, I'm not going to add sales in there because those things will go away. I can add them in that shop. So when somebody clicks shop, they see what it is that I have product wise, and they can swipe up and it'll actually link directly to my website, so that they could become a customer and place an order and so on, right? So here's the thing though, that function only works once you have 10,000 followers, unless you have it as a business page. Now, we're not allowed to have a business page on Facebook, guys, directed towards our Lavelle business, or anything like that. Now, you could submit ads and get them approved from Lavelle and then ask them if you can post them on your page that is not related to Thrive or Facebook, or Thrive or Lavelle or whatever. And if it's approved, then you can run it as an ad on your business page, because that actually doesn't show up on your business page. It runs as an ad on your business page and still comes through timeline and stuff. But don't do all that. Please don't do all that stuff. That's not what we're telling you to do right now. Plus, it's going to cost you money if you do that. What I did as an easy solution to all of this was I made a blog page. You don't have to use your blog page, guys, okay? You do not have to use it. In fact, you don't even have to publish it, all right? So it won't even be searchable on Facebook, all right? You'll be able to see it, but nobody else will be able to see it. And essentially, I post and I do not do the automatic share or anything like that. And the only reason mine is even linked is because I want to be able to see my highlights, and I want to be able to see my interaction, and I want to have my link associated with my stories. So mine, if you noticed, mine says personal blog underneath of my name. See how it says personal blog? Some people will say public figure. Some people will say health and beauty, health and wellness. I mean, you can have it whatever you want. I just chose to make mine a personal blog. In my business page, I mean, legit, guys, if you went to Facebook and you went on my page, it's listed as a blog, but it's called Hot Mess Success, which kind of goes with it. And it's legit just my family and me. And I post funny things for interaction purposes. And sometimes I do giveaways on there. And you can see, like, I had like 7 shares on that post, but it's like sometimes I'll post something, but it's not ever related. I don't ever directly share from Instagram to Facebook or anything like that, because that's going to create less views anyways. But if you want a way to have your link directly attached, you can do that. And the insights, what I was talking about, insights, that's all. I don't think there's anything else with stories that I could think of. I think you pretty much told it. I just wanted to add in the fact that you could share it and you could have a link. But I do want to show you the insights, because I don't know. Sarah, do you have yours set up? Can you see insights, or is yours not linked? Okay, so I'm going to show you.
I don't have a business one.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you why it is worth checking it out. I would not do that, guys, right away. I would get familiar with the platform and get yourself going before you go into this. But I do just want to add it because I think it's very, very beneficial. So give me just 1 second. Let me get it on here to AirPlay again. Okay. Pop up. Okay. So I'm going to show you how these insights work. So you see how it shows me in the last 7 days, I've had 2,123 profile visits. So that's all the people that have been checking out my page. Prior to me making all these changes and intentional interaction, I was only getting about 200 or so a week. Like legit, like that big of a difference. It went up from like 200 to like 2,000 and something, right? And I wanted to even keep on going even more so. But you can go on here and actually, I think Carrie might have my thing. Oh no, right here it is. My insights. So here's what's really cool about this. It's going to show me on Friday, last Friday, you guys, can you see that? Last Friday, I only had 104 views to my page. Do you see how over the week where I've been working and trying to increase my intention, how many more views I've had? That's crazy, right? So website clicks, that means people are clicking on my link and checking out my stuff. My reach, impressions, like all of that. Then you can click content and you can see what stories had the most interaction. All right, you can click all and you can see over the last 14 days or whatever, you can see all the stories that have had the most interaction. You can also see, I don't know why that looks like that. And then you can look at your audience. So I can see most of my audience is obviously like from New York. You can also see Morgantown, which you guys, that's a big one for me because Morgantown is my hometown. So that means that a lot of people from Morgantown and from my own area are checking out my page. And you really want that. So how can you increase the people that are looking at your page? Well, you can tag the town that you live in when you're making your Instagram post. I can also see the age range is basically the age range that I am. I am 37. The age range that mostly follow my post are 44 to 35 and 25 to 34, and then 18 to 24. Okay. But the biggest one is the age of 25 to 34. So that is the target audience pretty much of new moms, right? So you can tell who I'm hitting. And then it'll tell you like men and women. There's still some men, about 76% women. And then you can see the hours of the day that are the busiest on my Instagram. And you can tell what time I'm normally working it. It's normally in the morning between 9 and 9. And I also work it at midnight. But you can look at the days as well. And the days, the darker they are, the busier they are. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now from before and let me just get off of this. From in the past and present, Wednesdays and Thursdays have always been like crazy town. And I don't know if it's something to do with the middle of the week or exactly why, but Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays have always been the biggest days that I have really connected with people on Instagram. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights. They've always been when I boomed the most, had the most new followers, signed the most customers, things like that. And I can tell you guys what you're putting out there is what people are going to be attracted by. So again, I like to put it in my stories, some of the actual before and after pictures, or if we have a sale or something, so that it's not just on my actual page. I can say something in my post, and I'm not saying don't post that on your actual face or your Instagram page. I'm saying that just be mindful that if you want to keep followers, you've got to give them something else besides just your products and just before and after pictures. I mean, with that said, I know that Twin is on. Twin had a following already, and she does post a bunch of before and after pictures, and she does good with that. I don't know if she's still on or not, but I was going to say if she had any tips. No. Oh yeah, I see, Tisha. Now you said mine doesn't give me the option to swipe up. No, it won't give you the option to swipe up till you're either linked to a business page, some way, shape, or form, or you hit 10,000 followers. So I want to go ahead and answer any questions anybody might have. Sarah, is there anything else that you can think of? I feel like we've just loaded people full of a lot of stuff. It's a bunch of good stuff. A bunch of good, like if you just focus on engagement, getting your page cleaner and looking nicer, something that relates to you. It can be any theme that you want. And then you just work on that interaction and finding people through hashtags, through places that you visit. Just like I searched a hashtag, you guys, you can type in, like for me, I could type in Morgantown, and then I could look up people from that area I could intentionally follow. Right now, I know that students just came back in town, so I can type in the college that's in my hometown, WVU. And I can follow, like, comment on those people's pictures and have something relatable to talk about, right? Because I'm from there. So you can do that in your own hometown, and that gives you something to have a conversation with. And college students are great in this kind of business because oftentimes they need to make extra money, but they have like a crazy weird schedule and classes at different times. So something like this is actually perfect for them to be able to do. And I wish that I would have known about this when I was in nursing school, because that would have been a savior. But in all reality, it's just a matter of connecting with the people that you're going to be able to relate to, that they're going to be able to relate to you, and then providing them with good material, but also including your business and truly sharing in a more intentional way, and interaction in a more intentional way. So what kind of questions does everybody have? Anybody at all?
And does everyone know how to post a story? Because I didn't talk about actually how to do it. Do we know?
I can go on and show a basic. I'll screen share.
Just like where the plus is, or how to upload the picture. Because you guys, the thing is about Instagram stories and Facebook stories, actually, the size of the screen, sometimes when you take pictures on your regular iPhone and you have that picture and you want to upload it to your stories, it's going to blow it up a little bit because the screen is a little bit longer. So what I've been doing is like, if I might want to post a picture to my stories, I've been taking a lot of my pictures with the Instagram app so that I know that it's ready to be added to a story if I choose it to be. So that's something to think about.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to go to stories and I'm going to click on where it says or your story. I'm just going to click that. Okay. So you guys can see if I open it up, if I didn't already have a story, you wouldn't even see this stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and you see where my picture is, where it says your story and has a plus. Yeah, I totally took a picture, you guys. I'm going to hit that plus sign. Okay. Obviously, I can do that. If I wanted to take a picture of this, I could just take a picture of this, or I could flip the camera around, or I could do a boomerang. For those of you guys that don't know what boomerang is, I'll show you. I'm just gonna, okay. So basically it's just like movement. That was a really bad boomerang. But anyhow, if you want to use a picture, you can go to your camera roll and like, I saved this one earlier. Somebody posted this and I thought it was really cool. So I could actually post this. All right. Even though it's got somebody else's name on it, but I'm not going to. But did you see how you can kind of go like this? Like Sarah was just talking about, some pictures aren't going to fit the story. But if I took a picture, obviously it would fit the story. Some pictures do fit the story. You saw this picture I posted of myself. I can just leave that just like that and I could post it, or I could shrink it down. All right. So I'm going to just go like this, and don't mind my keyboard. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I want to show you guys a couple things. So you can type and you can say hello. I'm just going to say hello. All right. And you can, if you want to put a background on this, first of all, you can change the color. All right. You can put a background on it, whatever color you want it to be. And you just tap it. See how I tapped it and then I just changed the color of the background based on whatever. You can also, let's see if I can do this. How do I do it again? Sarah, how do I make it the rainbow? I forget. I forget how to make it the rainbow. Obviously, I never make rainbows. Oh crap, discard. Oh, you guys, sorry. Okay, so let's get back here. I can type, I can do it. Hello. You can do it classic. You can make your letters bigger. You can move them. You can do neon. I like to do neon sometimes. And like I said, you can, once you hit done, you can make it larger, smaller, move it wherever you want it to be. And then you can also write. I could, I could go over that if I wanted to, or I could undo it. You can, whatever. You can draw pictures. You can erase that. You can put little whatever you want. See how that just kind of makes it look a little bit different. Super cute, right? You can also do a poll. Polls. Oh, we didn't talk about polls. That's something that we did not talk about. You guys can hear me, right? Yes. Okay. So something my kid does a lot of times is she'll make a post and she'll tell people, and this is where call to action is. You can say, if you do a poll, you can say, are you interested? Yes or no, or whatever you want to make it, right? And then when they click that, then when they click yes, you can go back and review who all clicked yes, and you can message each one of those people. And who said no, because you'll see that feedback. You can also do hashtags, and something cool about hashtags, I just want to show you this. Say I wanted to do mom life. Look how these, look, it gives you suggestions at the bottom. See that? And you can just click that. If you put something on here that you don't want, you can always throw it away just by going down. You can also, you know, just add different pictures. Maybe you want to put a smiley or an eye or whatever you want here. You can search and different things like that. So basically, yeah. And then send to, and then you can set it to your story, and do whatever you want. So my kid, I'm gonna get off of here. Get out of here. My kid is at school right now, but I'm just gonna type her name in because, oh, and she doesn't have any stories right now, but that's nice. My daughter's first sentence is nature's a whore. That's, I'm a good parent, I promise. She's the best kid ever. It's just her personality. But if you notice, her theme is like super dark, but also oranges because she loves oranges. You guys, look at the interaction on these kids' posts. Like they are all commenting, liking, and she's, you know, she's got like 900 and something followers or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to get off of this. So you can see how it really does make such a huge difference. Is there anything else? I don't think we showed them how to write on them, did we, before? I don't think so. Is there anything else that you guys can think of that you want to ask questions about or that you need help with or didn't understand? I'll stop recording so your questions aren't recorded and you don't feel like you can't answer. And then everybody is already going to be overwhelmed.